Welcome back to another Pokemon Violet stream. So you beat the game. Yes. We got through to the credits, and this is like the very first second after after the end of the game and after the credits roll, where we can actually control the game again, which is exactly where I stopped last time. So yes, technically at this point we've beaten the game, but according to a friend of mine, there's a substantial amount of post-game to this game, actually. Also, that's really weird how I can just turn instantly. Why have I not noticed that now? Until now. Glitching out. Oh, my character's hair like kind of glitches out. Whoa. Doesn't like that. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that for now. Basically, well, I guess we're gonna figure out what the post-game stuff is, because I don't know anything about it, but I know that there's still more to the game after the credits roll, so that's what we're gonna be getting into today. I have no idea what to expect. I imagine a lot of it's gonna revolve around the school, though. Yay! It's a photo of you and your treasured friends to remember your journeys by. That's just a gray picture frame. What are you telling me, game? I've never used this kitchen once. Okay, let's take a look at our party here. Mostly 60-somethings. Homemade ice cream tomorrow. That sounds like fun. Enjoy. Yeah, knowing Florida, it'll probably be summer again tomorrow here. It was kind of weird that it's just like it just got cold just for Christmas weekend. Anyway, yeah, I have to assume that there's more to Area Zero than just a ramp down to the secret lab. Because that'd be kind of disappointing if that's all that was just like a giant glorified ramp down to the center. So I have to assume we're going back there. Are there any events going on that I should know about? Doesn't look like any of the shrines are... not shrines. Any of the, Pokemon crystals are lit up right now. So... probably not? They'll probably do something for New Year's, though. That's so weird to think that we've only got like a week left of 2022. Anyway. Where do I want to go? I guess we gotta go to the director's office and talk to Dr. Clavicle again. That's what we got an announcement for at the end of last stream. Looks like the hero's finally here. About time I got the recognition I deserved. Would you join us? No. We're in for an earful, aren't we? She already knows. Guess we'll find out soon enough. No need for concern, you two. I'm not angry in the slightest. Why would he be angry? Professor Chadbot wanted us to go down there. He was here for that. We only called you all here to discuss your fine achievements in this year's treasure hunt. You shut down the professor's time machine. Oh yeah, that was the thing. The time machine. Oh! By the way, before I forget, I hope you guys had an amazing holiday weekend. If you celebrated a holiday during the weekend. Shut down the professor's time machine and thus prevented the Pokemon from the future from running rampant across Paldea. Yeah, I think that plot point makes a lot more sense in Scarlet. Like the whole bringing dinosaurs back would be bad because then they'll like ruin the ecosystem. I don't think robots would do that. But okay. Your actions were truly outstanding in every regard, and I couldn't be prouder of you all. You couldn't be more proud. Clavel, headmaster of a school, not knowing. Your decision to enter a strictly off-limits area was admittedly regrettable. I mean, it wasn't really off-limits if Professor Turo had us go there. You got us there. No, he didn't. This was necessary to protect Paldea and its precious ecosystem, so I'm willing to overlook that particular point. Oh, thank goodness he's willing to overlook that. Yeah. Well, I guess you did save the world, so I guess I can give you a pass this time. So getting raked over the coals after all. Penny has such a way with words. Before I forget, there's something I would like you to have. Each of your friends has received one already, so this one's for you. Oh! He just straight up gives us the Master Ball. So everything I said about us not getting the Master Ball and not needing one, yeah, forget all that. How long has he had that? That's actually kind of interesting, because I almost always use the Master Ball on the box legendary, but this game, like, just gives you the box legendary, so... And we've already got all the Shrine Pokemon, so it's like, what's the Master Ball gonna be for? Let me guess, DLC Legendary? Put the Master Ball in the bag's Pokeball pocket. The very best Pokeball. Like no other Pokeball ever was. Except catching them is not really a test for it. The ultimate level of performance with it, you will catch any wild Pokemon without fail. About the Hall of Fame badge I gave you a short while ago. That gift is one we bestow only upon students who achieve truly remarkable feats. I think that's funny that there's a Lechonk emote. It's just like, every single time I see Lechonk, I'm like, is that Lechonk, or is that the pigs from Wind Waker? A short while ago, that gift is one we bestow only upon students who achieve truly remarkable feats. I expect you to honor what the badge represents by striving always to serve as a model for your fellow students. I guess I'll try. No. You can count on me, boss! Splendid. Such enthusiasm will surely take you far in life. Master Arvin, I was so sorry to hear about the professor. Oh. Oh, yeah, right. That whole thing. I almost forgot. Yeah, Arvin. If he wants to maybe take like a semester off from school or something, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, it was pretty rough. Oh geez. Actually feels clear now for the first time in ages. I guess it beats not knowing, you know. Got to learn a bit about my dad's research and what he was trying to achieve down there. Building something as mind-blowing as a time machine, that takes priority over, showering your son with attention, or I guess giving them any attention at all. I wouldn't think so, but... all I know is that I'm done feeling like some lost little kid, done time to say goodbye and move on. Well, at least he seems to be handling it well. Every last day till graduation with us here in Mabasta, of course. At least the dog's fine. Must remind you that you've nowhere near enough credits to graduate. Arvin, no. You'll need to study frantically to catch up, but I have every expectation of your success. Bad news after bad news for him. Let's not forget the other good news. Other good news? Academy has a new champion. True. Sadly cannot make your valiant deeds in the Great Crater known to the public. Super top secret. Your new champion rank at least should be celebrated throughout the whole school. Throughout the world. Pokemon Battle Contest. Seriously, could we not? Classic Pneumonia. Pokemon Battle Contest, you say? Well, your own vested interests in such a venture are more than apparent. I think it's a fine idea. Large-scale event will be quite beyond us. Yeah, you can't really just put something like that together on a whim. Couldn't help it over here. Oh, a challenger approaches. Pokemon League will of course happily lend a hand in organizing this contest. I mean, is that not what the gym badge thing usually is? Most kind offer, Chairwoman Vita. Can I power to nurture young up-and-coming talent? Not to say that only the youth have promise when it comes to Pokemon battles. Developer. You know, she really doesn't have a lot of room to talk since Mr. Clavel over here is a tougher opponent than she is. Developer of the Pokedex app, this academy clearly counts many skilled trainers of Pokemon among its staff. Suggestion is as follows: students and staff should compete for the title of strongest trainer at the academy. So I guess the Pokemon League's just taking over the school now. Doesn't that seem to be something to be questioned at least? I guess she's the captain now. Is that even allowed? Chairwoman's not part of the academy, right? She's the chairwoman of the school board as well as the Pokemon League. Oh, of course she is. Why have one person be in charge of one thing when you can have one person in charge of everything? I knew she was on another level, but wow. Thank you for the invitation. Glad to take you up on your offer, but I'm afraid my schedule's already packed. Oh, look at the time. I don't seem to. I gotta be going. I got stuff to do. Yeah. Thanks, but I'll call you. Can't you free up time somehow? Might be able to participate. Lend me a hand with my work. What kind of work? I'd like you to go out and inspect Paldea's various gems in my stead. Are they fulfilling their duties as beacons of strength and inspiration for all those aiming to achieve champion rank? Is this like a rematch, all of the people thing? Ask that you bring your full might as champion. I know from like stuff that I've read online that they have, like each of the gym leaders have rematch teams. Maybe this is where this comes into play. Bring your full might as champion to bear against each of the gym leaders and test their prowess in battle. Ah, so you gotta rematch them after you become champion. They're all trainers of exceptional talent, handpicked by me personally. Don't expect you'll find any cracks in their armor, but, well, consider it a formality. Perfect stage for your first appearance as a new champion. Ah. Yeah, all those people we destroy them again, but harder this time. While the gym leaders will still be expecting me to carry out the inspection, they'll have mustered their full strength. But I beat you. I am the better trainer. they might be more of a challenge than when you faced them before. I'd hope so. Otherwise, this is going to be a super cakewalk. All-out battles with the gym leaders. Man, I'm jealous. You're a champion too, allegedly. Discuss with Penny here how to patch the weaknesses in our league point system. Ah, yes. Her job that she's going to definitely do so she doesn't go to jail. There's a bunch of anime I missed that I was gonna binge. You can binge them from prison. Thank you in advance for your willing and eager cooperation. Yeah, Gita's kinda got you, under control now. That's the spirit. Enjoy taking another swing at the gym gauntlet while you're at it. Administrative stuff so the ball gets rolling on the tournament in the meantime. Wait, what's Arvin doing? You know what? He shouldn't have a role. His role is emotionally dealing with all of the stuff that's happened to him, and apparently catching up on his classes. Also, this is kind of creeping me out. How he's like open mouth smiling, and he's got like his teeth are all just like one big U-shaped tooth. That's really weird. Where'd everybody go? Just like threw a smoke ball on the ground and everyone vanished. Didn't know this was ninja school. Can I just have these? I'm guessing that's a no. Is this a lump of uranium? Can I have that? I can't even read this. Okay, they really don't want me staying here. All the more reason to investigate everything, but it's not letting me inspect. Okay, fine, game. Where will I go? I could go anywhere. Yeah, I want to start checking out some of the other offices. Yeah, Leafstone? Yeah, either a Leafstone or a Fossil, one of the two. Actually, let's take a closer look, shall we? Oh, you mean the lump on the side of the thing. That is Leafstone colored. Or like a Thunderstone maybe. I don't know. Yeah, apparently if we go to the other offices, there's more stuff to do. So I should be checking that out. Wait. Director's office, it's like grayed out. So we're already here. I guess we gotta leaf and come back. Yeah, we'll continue the building the social web here at the school. Oh, yellow text. Hope your studies are going okay. What will you have today? I won't. So that's weird. I can just come back here? Okay. This is fruit, right? They're Pokemon that camouflage themselves as fruit. I guess it's true. Like, if you live in the Pokemon universe, you've got to question literally everything. Is it normal or is it a Pokemon? Also, are those... There's squirrels up there. Squovits? Just kind of kind of in the kitchen. I'm not gonna look at that too closely. You scared me. Are you here to eat? I mean, what else are you gonna be in the kitchen for? I'm not here for anything food related at all. Just walking around the entrance hall. Felt that intense gaze I told you. Oh yeah, that's right, she's got a stalker. Ducked into the cafeteria here. Only one entrance, so I thought I might be able to discover the identity of the person watching me. They followed me here. Who is it? Oh? I thought I saw her come in here. Guess I won't be able to ask my question today either. Looks like any other trainer to me. I have like a weird feeling about this. This might be a shot in the dark. Is that her? Her name is Time. There's time travel in the game. And she kind of looks like she could be a younger version of Miss Time. Here. Maybe that's like her, like, from the past. Or from the future. Or no, from the past. Is this a ghost of herself from the past? Could have been a little scary being here on my own. Glad you're here with me. You feel trusted by Miss Time, so this must be something significant then. Also, there's just a Rotom in the kitchen. I guess there's a lot of gadgets for them to possess. Or it even changes type. Where'd they go? Are they the Zorua? Zorua? Disguised as a student? I didn't see where they went. In far-off regions. I guess let me talk to the weasel. I think it's funny, whenever I talk to someone who's next to a Pokemon, it's like the game prefers me to try and talk to the Pokemon than the actual person. Talked to Penny a few times. If I see her, yes. Heard that in other regions, people like to eat rice covered in the stuff called curry. I guess the Galar region's not too far off. I feel like they're probably going to make a region based off of France sooner than later, since it's like wedged right between what would effectively be the Galar region and the Paldea region. Okay, I don't think there's much else to do here. I guess we're just there for that little bit of a cutscene. Oh boy, let's go talk to home ec guy. Our favorite. Secret sandwich mission. Oh, right, he wants Herba Mystica. I forgot all about his quest. Well, I guess we go back to the director's office now. I'm just going through the list. If I see a exclamation point, I go there. We haven't chatted with Clavicle enough today. Nice to see you on school grounds again. It has one good to attend class as well, no? Correct. No. Speaking of which, there is something I would very much like to ask you. You have joined a variety of classes during your time here at the Academy. Which has made the most favorable impression? Oh no. I didn't even get the chance to talk to the nurse yet. Oh. Man. Most favorable impression on me. Oh, decisions, decisions, decisions. I'm like, is this gonna seriously, like, affect things? You know what, I'm gonna... Unironically, I'm going to pick, Clavel. Not just because he happens to be the person we're talking to, but because he actually managed to beat us. So... yeah, he's clearly knows his Pokemon better than the others. And that's what matters in a Pokemon game. Expect some element of diplomacy may be at work here, but if that is indeed how you feel, happy to hear it. Truly blessed to have so many wonderful teachers and staff members at the Academy. Get some bonus points. Faculty is second to none in their commitment to our students' ongoing education and well-being. Was that it? He just wanted to know something like that? A good friend has been telling me of your recent exploits. You mean Clyde? Leave their identity to your imagination. There's another matter I would like your opinion on. Oh no, he's gonna ask us a million questions. No, what manner of gentleman's hairstyle is considered cool, as it were, among the youth these days? Oh, you mean the Zoomer broccoli top? That's not an option. What the heck is a 2-block cut? I'm just like imagining someone with like two like square, like Minecraft looking like buns on the top of their head. That's a 2-block cut. Bowl cuts. Yeah, long hair. I don't care what the correct answer is. The Pompadour's already had its day in the sun. Consider a change of wig. Oh. He's acting like we don't already know. Is that all? Covell? Done with your, hair lore questions? Yeah, we'll help Miss Penny as we did. She's exceedingly grateful for your part in this. One more thing to ask. Do you think you could continue being good friends with Miss Penny as you have thus far? Okay, that's an easy one to answer at least. Not that they gave us a choice. Big Nugget. Dude's just handing out chunks of gold. Does gold really have that much value in the Pokemon universe? Okay, so he's done now. Also, weird purple rock candy. I want it. But I cannot have it. Okay, he just wants the Herba Mystica. So that leaves the nurse's office next. Which I have not been to yet. Smells like a hospital. Why are they just hanging out there? Uh-oh. We've got representation of the 2 series mascots right here. That means there's probably a choice to be made. Bring them here to the nurse's office to get healed up. Or we could literally just sleep in our own bed. That has the exact same effect. Which is probably why I haven't been here yet. I like that. With the nurse's office, their way that they deal with stuff is effectively just sleep it off. He'll be fine. Did you know? I know what? Oh, we're gonna talk to the hat instead. Even though I pointed directly at the student. Look into a Pokemon's eyes, you can tell what it's thinking. That's how that kid discovers he has psychic powers. I got a diagram of washing your hands? How detailed. Oh, cutscene? Kind of a weird camera thing there, but okay. Don't see anything wrong with you or your Pokemon. Hey, this is your first time here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Guess you transferred in recently. Just talking to them after having completed everything. Heard all kinds of rumors. You fell off a cliff right after enrolling in the academy? Picked a fight with Team Star? Yes, and then we defeated all of Team Star and saved the world. You started your treasure hunt thing, right? I feel like I was meant to talk to her a lot sooner. Don't have any classes to teach, and students only come here to skip class. True and real. Why are there so many empty Pokemon beds everywhere? If you toughened up a bit, sure. I look a bit different from like 2 seconds ago when you were just talking to me. Just cut up to date on everything, hopefully. I actually wanted to become a teacher. Just the school nurse, you know? Can't teach classes or anything like that. Wait. They're not qualified to teach health? Why are they a nurse? Surely that would be the thing that requires more, like certifications and qualifications and stuff. I can't explain anything, or I don't know anything about healing people, but I'm just going to do my best, okay? I mean, to be fair, if all you gotta do in this universe is sleep it off, I mean, you really need a license to tell people to go to bed? I guess we just keep talking to her and she'll probably give us stuff. It is now nighttime now. Okay, I guess she's done with us for now. What is this giraffe rig doing here? Is that how they sleep? Weird. Okay, had enough fun in the nurse office. Wait. It's saying she's in the entrance hall, but she's right here. Which one's the real one? One of them's an imposter. Then again, I shudder to know what doctors in this universe have to deal with. The trauma room in the Pokemon universe must be interesting. Yeah, They probably look really gruesome before they spritz you down with a full heal. Wait, that only works on Pokemon though. I have to imagine they've probably got better medicine for people, or at least as good of medicine for people. Okay, so Nurse Lady is down here now. Are humans Pokemon? I've questioned that a lot, and I think ultimately the answer is I don't know for sure, but I can speculate that there is a lot in common between the two of them at the very least. Since, I mean, Pokemon are... Only the Scarlet Professor? That sounds like a big, meaty spoiler. We're not playing that game, so that's whatever. I was actually kind of curious what the big plot twist is in that game. Because, I mean, it didn't, obviously you can't do anything like what we did in, you know, the Turobot. But I guess that would make sense. I mean, I don't care because I'm not playing Scarlet. I pretty much I assume everything is the same, except for small story details like that. So, but for the most part, I feel like I'm free when it comes to spoilers, as long as there isn't anything crazy that happens in the post game, which is a great feeling of relief off my back personally, because like I said in the previous stream, I feel like avoiding social media like crazy to avoid spoilers for this game, and I'm so glad I managed to make it without, you know, learning about the Turobot thing that caught me by surprise. Oh yeah, we were talking to the nurse. You remember you looking for me? I've been away from the nurse. But yeah, obviously that kind of plot twist couldn't be done in Scarlet because that's like past theme stuff. They don't have robots in the past. So they must have done something equally crazy, but totally different, I have to imagine. I've been away from the nurse's office lately. What? You were just in the nurse's office. Did you need something from me? I guess we did, since there's an exclamation point near your name on the menu. She's gonna try and heal us anyway. Our Pokemon are completely full health. What did she fix? You can't fix that which isn't broken. Nurse Joy be looking different. Pretty unusual for me to be out of the nurse's office like this. I'm actually doing a bit of studying. Oh, she's trying to... Okay, she's trying to do the... She's trying to become a teacher again. Or, no, not again, really, but trying to become a teacher. So, totally not because I'm inspired by a certain... Oh, come on. Are we having, like, a... Okay, this is weird. Just a little bit. How old are you? Okay, is that all she has to say for herself? Why not lie down and have a quick rest? Are we just gonna lay down and have a quick rest in the middle of the floor in here? Okay, no. Kind of... Is this a small apple tree growing inside of the school? My mind is blown. Appleton, is that you? So maybe that'll open up some more classes if we get her quest stuff done. I'm gonna go through the gates over here on the second floor because I'm feeling a little bit extra. Okay, he wants Herba Mystica, so we skip him. Oh, she's back in the nurse's office again. So there's two nurses. There's one that's down here and one in the office. That's where he lies. Schoolyard. There's three challengers out there. Oh. Got the Mareep on the bed here. Someone is this is the average Flaffy fan versus the Chad Toxel enjoyer. Okay, another nurse cutscene here. Everyone's welcome in the nurse's office. They shouldn't be. That's how you get a MRSA infection. Oh, she passed it already. Oh man. See, all she had to do was work hard and believe in like 5 seconds. Congratulations. Congratulations. I saw you pushing yourself real hard with your treasure hunt. This is so funny in hindsight, because obviously we were supposed to be talking to her this whole time. I didn't say a word to her until now, so now the game's got to catch up, and it's just like... Wow, you told me about working hard, and then 5 seconds later it inspired me to actually get my certifications. Saw you pushing yourself real hard with your treasure hunt, and that really inspired me. Most of the credit for my success goes to my own hard work, though. Hee hee. Obtained 10 max revives? You're telling me I could have got 10 max revives by just talking to an NPC 3 times? Reminder, you can't buy those. They tell me there's no room to add new classes this year. Guess I'll keep being a nurse for a bit. Okay. I couldn't be bothered. I'll be standing in front of a class at this academy before you know it. Now, I'll teach you all you need to know about health after we graduate. Formed a close bond. Well, we've patched that up. Looks like that just leaves the schoolyard with stuff to do with the school here. Oh, this is larger than I expected. This is large enough of a space that there could be stuff hidden here. Why are they growing crops on the battlefield? Sometimes you want to have an epic Pokemon showdown, other times you want to farm tomatoes. Oh, there's this guy with the haircut. The suit looking like the carpet at a hotel. Oh no, is that... It kind of looks like Bidoof from behind, but I think that's... Pommy? I know, right? It looked like he was getting his hair cut, and he fell asleep, and he just kind of like leaned forward while he had the clippers out. Zoom. Just like, no, you know what? This is my style now. Looking like a Looking like a tennis ball cut. Pomo really doesn't seem to be feeling well. I don't know if the poor thing can even stand up. I gotta stop roasting this man's attire. I don't know if the poor thing can even stand up. What should I do? What should I do? You should keep standing there asking what should I do instead of just using a potion. Wow! That's a great idea. I could use a potion. Do you have any on you? A couple hundred. Oh, there's a second layer to the cut. Look like Larry, but with more drugs. Your tectonic plates say no more. So fix you right up, my friend. Potion power go. Yes, it's just like an anime where you have to announce your move before you do it. It seems to have done the trick just in the nick of time. Yeah, he was sleeping facing away from us, now he's sleeping facing towards us. Fixed. All the potion did was rotate the Pommy. Doesn't appear to belong to a trainer. Could wild Pokemon have wandered onto the Academy grounds? I'm sure it happens all the time. Can't leave it here alone without anyone to make sure it's okay. Does this guy literally just like catch every single wild animal he sees? I can't just leave these birds outside my house unattended. How are they going to take care of themselves? What about the squirrel in the tree outside? How is he going to get food if no one gives him food? It's decided that I, Salvatore, will... Salvatore? I don't know. We'll just have to lend all of the helping hands I have to take care of Pommy in this touch-and-go situation. I know, he's in such dire condition. He has the sleep status effect. Whatever shall we do? Oh yeah, he's the guy who speaks every language and teaches us every language except for the one that everyone actually uses to write things in this game. And he's just like that, he was gone. Where did you come from? This guy's surrounded by dogs. Oh. I guess they're his. I'm just like, this guy's surrounded. Wait. Ghost balloons that snatched kids on the roof in the school. A danger alert. Red flag going off inside my head. Why are they here? Why is no one freaking out? Surely they shouldn't be allowed to stay here. I think it's hilarious too. My character just can't throw a Pokeball any further than that. I guess they're just forever out of my reach. I guess they keep them around for whenever students have too bad of grades and they're making the school look bad. They don't know where they take them, but it's not their problem anymore. Meanwhile, this guy over here just casually with the Gyarados. Hello there, Hassel. They really out here calling this guy Hassel. Your parents must not have liked you very much. Also, what the heck? There's like a Ghastly or something back there, but I just see his eyes, and that's it, just floating in the background. What? It's like going off the left side of the screen. What? Never seen that before. Try to visit the schoolyard from time to time. This school needs to call Ghostbusters, or maybe Luigi with the backpack. Good to see young ones with so much energy and vigor. You think so? Just watching is enough to make even an old man like me feel more alive. Wait, where did you come from? What are you doing here? Oh, they have history. Told you many times not to bother me here at the academy. Apparently his future... Oh, it must be his wife. Wait. Does she know about the grass gym leader in him? It's good speaking with you. Something important has come up, so I must excuse myself now. Uh-oh. I think Mr. Hassel has some explaining to do. Let's discuss this matter elsewhere. He's getting a stern talking to. Gracias is Hassel's side guy? Okay. His wife found out. Yep. All the maidens he's bi with? I don't know who that is. Just casually, Gyarados. It's so easy to forget that he flies. Wasn't he a lot bigger in the anime? Also, I don't like that how he keeps turning to face me. I have electric types in my team. Actually, no, I don't. Not right now. Took a lot of effort to get Magikarp to evolve into Gyarados. This seems like entirely too small of an enclosure for Magikarps. Oh hey, you're someone I need to talk to. Help me keep an eye out, would you? Set up a little ambush here for that girl who keeps watching me. Sure. Not very pleasant knowing she's just staring at me all the time. I know what she looks like after seeing her in the cafeteria. What? Someone just went behind the tree. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's just the game being the game. Okay, she turned to face her. That was intentional. One who's been secretly watching me recently. Time, how'd you know I guess you must have noticed me. I'm so sorry. Of course I noticed. You were watching me practically all day, every day, after all. Something you want to ask me? Yes, I do. Huge fan of yours since your time as a gym leader, and I love rock-type moves so very much. What? They have the same eye color and everything. I'm just like, is this her from the past, or is this like her daughter or something that she doesn't know about? You only retired from your post as gym leader a year and a half ago. Why did you quit? All you wanted to ask? Okay, she needs glasses. Does Time need glasses? Reason for retiring was never made public. Well known among the students here that you just avoid the question anytime it's asked. I thought it would be rude to ask you a question that you didn't want to answer. I just couldn't find the courage to ask. Okay, she doesn't have glasses. Maybe she's got like contacts, I don't know. I'm just like... The game has story that includes time travel, so I'm just like... Who's secretly someone else's past self? Who's secretly someone else's... Like... Sorry, repeat that? Is she... Gordy's mom from Pokemon Sword? I think... But hey, that's just a theory, a game theory, and cut. Could be. As for the reason I quit my job as gym leader, I simply wanted to focus more on my job as a teacher. I thought I disliked being a gym leader or anything of that sort. Something about the gym fills me with feelings of nostalgia and sadness. Have any plans on becoming a gym leader again? What? Probably not. Don't plan to do so. My sister is doing a splendid job as gym leader in my stead. Wait, who's her sister then? So she's the sibling of a gym leader. Being a teacher most enjoyable these days. Not just time. Suppose that solves the mystery. Yeah. I get you're a fan and all, but quit stalking me. Darn it. Certainly a little scared when the girl's gaze intense upon me. Having you here with me allowed me to do what I needed to be done. Turns out to be one of her biggest fans. $50 Rock Terra shards. We can convert one of our Pokemon into stone. Okay, I don't know if a bond gets closer than close bond. But that seems to be the highest level you tend to get, at least that I've got so far with any of these people. Yeah, she literally just gave us... The one I'm mad about... The one I'm mad about is that the nurse just gives you 10 max revives for talking to her 3 times. It's just like, I'm like conserving those this entire game because I know once you use them, you don't get any more of those. You can't just buy them. But yeah, if you're trying to get Rock Terra type stuff, and you didn't get the ones from here, I feel bad. I'm sorry. You could just have them. Oh, that guy doesn't have time to talk to me. He's gonna have to make time. Can I push? The way he just completely disregards us and just kind of walks around. Oh, you can't go that way. Oh, no. You can't go that way. The Gengar is large enough that I could probably keep him way back. Oh. Phased right through me. Yeah. Okay, we're done talking to her for now. Is there anyone else that needed my attention? There are so many ghosts around the school. Is it just because, oh, it's Pokemon Violet and ghosts are like the purple type? And so they're just like, we're gonna stick ghosts around the school everywhere for some reason? See that Gengar? Gengar smiles even when it's sleeping. Isn't that just the most adorable thing ever? Gengar as he dreams of mischief. Oh, I didn't know Bronzong's eyes light up. Oh, I can't talk to him anymore. Was that everyone here? I think that was everyone here. Alright, who gets my attention next? Looks like we're gonna get emotionally invested in Hassel's love triangle. Fingers my sleep paralysis demon? Don't need that much. I mean, it makes sense. If there's a Pokemon known for mischief, that's your guy right there. There's more teachers in the school than there are students. Why, hello there. Sorry, I was lost in thought and didn't notice your approach. I'm sure he's got a lot on his mind. It's very magnanimous of you. What a way with words. The one who showed up as a dragon tamer, and a relative of mine, I might add. Oh. Come from a very long line of trainers who specialize in dragon-type Pokemon. There's a child in our family who was expected to stand at its head and lead it to greatness. Rebellious little fellow that he was, ran away from home one day. Make a living with music? How could he? Pursuing his own interests instead of going with what his family's forcing upon him. Not staying and keeping up with the family dragon farm. What happened since then? Now he's the art teacher and Elite Four member before you. Yeah, I kind of figured. Wait, music? Oh no. There's not gonna be singing, is there? After I so rudely took my leave during our last conversation, my dear relative encouraged me to give up teaching and return home at last. You're a member of the Elite Four. They want you to go back to the farm. Told the current leader of my family, that is to say, my father is in poor health. Perhaps I'm not cut out for teaching after all. You do just a fine job of teaching. Rumbles on and on at his own student. You have no idea how much your words mean to me. You'll trust it, but don't have a strong bond yet, so there's still more... There's a few more layers to peel back here. The art guy. Really? Music, though? They got in. Who let them in? I need to stay away from them. You have anything more to say? I would have a hard time sleeping in this school knowing that the danger balloons are just... they're inside the building. Whoa, that guy in the corner over there was phasing in and out of existence. Nothing like losing yourself in a good book, eh? Got no idea where this book goes. Apparently the back rooms. To the librarians? Just in case someone is being too loud. Ah, yes. Is there like a Pokemon move like that that makes people like mutes people? It really is amazing. The famous professor. All the professors are famous. Half of them seem to be in the Elite Four. Okay, I don't know if there's much else to do here. Too loud, you go to the cloud. Whoa. My guy's got the One Punch Man school of hard work and studying. Worked so hard his hair fell off. Intense. Oh, what? Oh, you have to go through here. Okay, biology lab. Nice to see Gengar's back to... Is his hair getting crazier every time I see him? The Murkrow. That's quite the skill they have, just flying in place like that. Murkrow are nocturnal, but people say they stay here in the lab even when the sun's up. My Ghastly's quite timid by nature, so it's not the best at hitting hard, but it can sure move fast. Okay, we got 2 professors for the price of 1 here. Thanks to your advice from before, Palmy as well, just see for yourself. Yep, potions sure are something. Feeling better, but this particular Palmy may just be a bit meek, I suppose? He's fine, leave him alone. Had Nurse Miriam take a look as well. She says there's nothing wrong with it health-wise. Shouldn't have any injuries, ailments, or the like. See, the biology professor told you. Never utters so much as a cry, which is odd. The back. Yeah. I know, where did he even get the idea for this cut? Where does even... There's Jock here. Stumped. They couldn't be of any help. Some more information now thanks to the Academy's security cameras. What security cameras? What? When are there security cameras? Was attacked by a wild Pokemon fled here to the Academy grounds. Still in a bit of shock from that experience. Can't bring itself to speak yet? If that's the case, there's absolutely no problem with keeping quiet. Just wait until it feels like talking. That's all we can do, really. Even if you can speak all sorts of languages, there's no guarantee that you can understand what's going on in someone's heart. Don't give up. No, I'll keep on trying until I figured each other out. I feel trusted by the guy with the sick haircut. Aim to register 200 Pokemon. How many do we have, actually? That seems to be his main thing, is just catch them all. And then come back for bonuses. We got 140. We battled 311. I want to check this really quick. Nice. We get the Dusk Stone. Some Dusk Balls. Don't get the shiny stones just yet, though. I always forget that that's a thing. And then whenever I remember, it's just like, oh, here's a bunch of free stuff. Okay, back to the art room. Let's see this soap opera unfold. Did that guy paint some peppers in the back? Well, I didn't know we had such talented artists here. They seem to appear at the most crucial of moments. What do you mean? Oh. I'm here to collect you. I see. I'd like to see you try. So you could say... She's... here to be dragging him out? I'm sorry. It's terrible. Glad that you've made up your mind about taking your place as leader of the family. It's true that I've made up my mind. Made up my mind to continue teaching here at the academy. You're saying that you don't care what happens to our proud lineage? Saying that I have other priorities. Have a look around at the art decorating this room, would you? I really like that Eevee. Everyone knows that the Ditto's the most talented one of these, though. Letting their senses, their perceptiveness grow freely. Not much to say that protecting our family's ancient bloodline is of no importance. They need to get over themselves. Simply wish to see young talent blossom and grow into the future. So much more fun to me, if I'm being honest. This is life. Won't be dragging him out of here today. Flinching commitment to that nonsensical vision proves that you're worthy of carrying the will of the dragons, Mr. Hassel. The will of the dragons. And as many times as I need to in order to change your mind. Persistent. By all means, my door is open. I think you'll soon find you've met your match in stubbornness. That I could... Cowed? Could be cowed by some story? Like moo? Like... Not... Yeah, they're not going to be moving him out of here. Not so easily fooled. So she was lying about his dad? Sorry you had to see all that. So very close to resigning my post, why would you listen to them? Now of all times. Cannot think of a way to possibly repay my debt to you young ones. Take this if you will, insufficient as it may be, expressing the full breadth of my gratitude. 50 Dragon Terror Shards! We can just make a Pokemon Dragon. Giving the Dragon Shards to us because they're not dragging him out. So he doesn't need them. Continue on my chosen path as instructor to the use of the world. Yeah, I didn't know that you get just straight up a big ol' pile of shards from talking to these guys. So that's one free dragon type. Say as long as you wish. What a fine sculpture, even Pokemon must be envious of its beauty. Drawings, photos. Come on. Obviously we gotta go with the drawings guy. You're telling me that you think someone can take a picture as majestic as these? I think not. Oh, there's a muck blocking the way. This is what happens when with all the extra paint that they dump down the sink. Tried washing my muck at the picnic and seemed to hate it. Well, yeah, I mean, You wash muck, there'll be nothing left at the end. Oh wait, why am I going back to home ec? I saw exclamation point and my brain went on autopilot. He wants the herbs. I don't get how to solve this one here. Okay. Healthy as can be. Seems being quiet is simply a part of this one's personality. There's nothing wrong with him. That is kind of irony though, if like the language teacher ends up with a mute Pokemon. Hard for a Pokemon to communicate with its fellows without speaking up. Use their cries to tell each other all sorts of things. Location of food, whether there are predators nearby. If I were to release it back into the wild. Oh, it'd be like one of those internet videos where someone's just like, be free, and they release it into the wild, and then some sort of bird of prey comes by and swoops them up. Right, that it may not be able to do those sorts of things. What do you think? Where does he belong? Yeah, you should probably just keep... Wait. Another decision without a decision. With you, of course. Is that the Riolu making the noise? Is that what he sounds like? Weird. So focused on getting it back in good health. Yep, that's definitely the Riolu. Return to the wild, and I didn't even consider that possibility. We all know that you're keeping him. The Riolu spoke over him. It spoke at last. I'm not speaking Pokemon language myself. I know that reply means yes. I don't know what he said, but I know exactly what he said. Meowth? What? That was not what I was expecting. Okay, I guess we just have a Meowth now. Take it upon myself to look after Palmy for good. Formed a close bond. Okay, close bond. That means into the road, I think. With Mr. Tennis Ball Cut here. From the side, it kind of looking like a... He showed his barber a picture of a brick wall, like the way like the bricks like alternate. And then the barber's just like, say no more. Okay, so we've got a Meowth now? Oh, it's Galarian Meowth. I can't escape him. We're in a completely different region. He still followed us here somehow. At least he's got pickup. So I guess we just get Galarian Meowth for some reason. I remember you. Whenever I was trying to catch... Because it's the same patch of grass that Pikachus and Eevees show up in. So I'm just like dodging these things left and right to try and get the Eevees. Before like the town with the grass gym in that game. That's what I think of whenever I think of Galarian Meowth. I think obstacle. Yeah, I guess it's rare in Paldea. I mean, it makes sense that they would be here. I mean, Yeah, if this is supposed to be Spain and the Galar region's supposed to be like the UK, that's just up north. So, makes sense. Guess we're going back to the schoolyard. I think this might be one of the last individuals we need to talk to here before we wrap up the school, the teacher drama. It's day now, so all the ghosts are gone. We do have Cyclozar. Replace the ghost with squirrels, as nature intended. The eternal question: whether with Pokemon or with gardening, you end up asking yourself, what should I raise next? True. That can't be safe. Students grow the food? Keeps the cost down. Smart. How does the wheel neck thing work? I guess it looks more like... It looks a lot more like Miraidon than it does the other Pokemon. Because Cyclozar's got the round circle things on the cheeks. Oh, I can't ride Miraidon here to show. I don't think Koraidon has that. Oh, I guess we're talking to him again. Even though I'm a mile away. Know each other's tricks when we battle. It's all about anticipating one another's strategy. Where is this person I need to talk to? Oh, they got a Tropius. Tropius in the house. This makes me happy. Tropius just getting the attention it long deserves. Yes, everyone gather around and look at the Wait, isn't this a really small Tropius? That looks like a small Tropius. Weird. Are you who I need? I think this is the person I need to talk to. Osu, new kid. Ah, yes, the one who talks about rhythm games for some reason. I'm out here to the schoolyard for some training. Yeah, I totally did that. See a fighting spirit burning behind those eyes of yours. You have X-ray vision? Why don't we do a bit of running together here to get What does that have to do with Pokemon battles? Can I just get on Miraidon and just run circles around her? You ran 3 laps around the school with her. You're not even going to show that? Want to see me do 3 laps around the school? Want to see me do it again? Got a good pair of legs on you, new pin. What? I found a training sure does make a body hungry. That's, what? Let you have one of my homemade sandwiches as a way of saying thanks. What kind of sandwich? It was dry and had an odd smell. Yum yum, real sandwich. It sure was. First thing about making food, I can tell. Enjoy your sore muscles tomorrow. Slightly closer. Okay. Can I just immediately go to the next segment of getting to know them? No. We gotta leave and come back. Well, I think they're the only one we need to talk to right now, so I'll just leave and come back. Oh, wait, what? There's nothing else here. Maybe I actually do have to leave the room in order to unlock that. Huh. No, I guess we can't get any closer to her yet. Well, those people really can't decide if they want to exist or not. Okay, let's head on out of here. I think we've wrapped up all the school stuff we can do right now. So I guess we're going back and rematching all of the... Yeah, home ec. That guy just wants the Herba Mysticas, which I don't have any spare of. So... Yes, there's still an exclamation point, but I don't have the materials required. So I guess the big objective now is rematches. Rematches everywhere. I think we should start off with the queen of the bugs herself. You'd think she'd be more powerful in this game, considering. Actually, I want to check to see if the Delibird Mart has any extra items now that we're the champion, because I haven't checked it since we beat the game. So I don't know if that unlocks anything. I mean, obviously we're not going to get the... I don't think we get the... whatchamacallit, like the ability capsules yet, but there might be other things that we get. Oh, just casually bottle cap. Is that what they mean? They say no cap? Where is the Delibird Mart? Down here? I think it's over here. Cruising with style. Yeah, it's important to note that they do have different stock at different locations. Wait. Weakness policy? Was this wasn't here before? Hit by a move it's weak to. This policy boosts its attack and special attack. Eviolite? Okay, yeah, there's definitely new stuff here. Either new stuff or I don't know when this stuff showed up. All these like 50,000 items. Wait, they made the choice scarf 100,000? Oh man. Do I need any of this? Destiny Knot is going to be a very useful thing for whenever I eventually start doing like IV breeding of Pokemon. Because if you give them this as a hold item, they actually keep 5 of like that parent's stats instead of 3, I think, normally? I don't know. Like if you get one Pokemon with really high IVs, you should give it a Destiny Knot before like trying to make more Pokemon. I don't think I need any of these. Clear Amulet? What is the Clear Amulet? Protects it from having its stats lowered. Anything else in the general goods? Doesn't seem like it. Just buy bottle caps for 20,000. I think I did want to stock up on some Pokeballs though. Namely, repeat balls. In case we find any cool Pokemon that we've already caught before in the wilderness. And then luxury balls are fine. We've got plenty of quick balls, plenty of dust balls, plenty of timer balls. I must have stocked up on those actually since the last in one of the previous streams. So it's just gym leaders now. Do I have a good team for dealing with the bug bakery lady? If I can hit the right button for this. Let's see. What levels are they gonna be? They're gonna be bug type, so definitely don't want Grass Cat to be too prominently featured here. Fighting Steel, they might have poison type shenanigans, which Lucario is immune to. Yeah, I think between Lucario and Arcanine we should probably be set. Yeah. Grass Cat's the last one we want to use here. Is there any reason I need to go to a Pokemon Center, or should I just fly there? Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight there. So I can summon him in battle form from here now? Change into its battle form, yeah. Your party is full. Okay. That's one thing I was curious about, was like, oh, does this mean that we're going to be able to have effectively a 7th Pokemon? No. Would you like to move your Pokemon to your boxes to make more space? Maybe. I'm gonna just temporarily shift Chien-Pao to the box, just because I actually want to try using Miraidon in battle and see what happens, because I haven't had the chance to do that yet. The sandwich robot is now in his come at me stance. Gonna throw wheels. Whoa, those stats though. Yeah, he's definitely a box legendary. Easy to forget. Can I still ride on him though? I can. Wait, can I throw him out while simultaneously riding him? No. Oh, he just goes back into the riding format. So what happens if I have him in battle stance, and then, like, while he's out, I switch to riding on him? How does the game deal with this? Just flying around. Slow rotation. Oh, he just instantly teleports back, and we get on him. Okay. I can't trick the game into having 2 Miraidons. Good to know. Alright. Next up, Bugland. That actually would be a good Pokemon here, because he has that Power Gem ability or whatever. It's like Rock type, which is super effective against bugs. So, probably a pretty good fight for Miraidon. I haven't been back here in a while. Yoink. Is that a shopping cart? No, it's just like a basket. Gotta keep an eye out for items. Your destination is on your right. Can I climb this? Slight pet peeve of mine. You know how legendaries always start with 0 friendship? Miraidon is no exception. Shouldn't it technically start at like max after everything you've been through? Yeah, I guess it should. I guess I can understand why, like, game mechanics-wise, they wouldn't do that. I'm more pet peeved. It's more of a pet peeve to me that it doesn't even show up in your Pokédex, even though you have him the entire time. Like, the game literally acts like you've never seen one before while you're riding on one. Like, I don't get that. Alright, I'm sure we're ready for whatever the bug lady has to throw at us. Oh boy, here we go. She's just hanging out here now. Okay, I probably should give him a ride on an item, actually. What do you use? Okay, so he's level 68 Dragon Electric. His ability is Hadron Engine. Turns the ground into electric terrain when the Pokemon enters a battle. So he has boosted electric type shenanigans. Endure. I'm probably going to get rid of Endure. I feel like Endure was only put on your moves just in case you don't have any healing items for that final sequence where it's like Miraidon versus Miraidon. So, like in case you don't have any healing items, you can use Endure to last that third turn for the reused raid battle mechanic of wait 3 turns to terrestrialize kicks in. So I'm going to swap Endure out for something else for sure. I feel like Terra Blast makes sense. So they're Dragon Terra type, so that would make Terra Blast a Dragon type move effectively. Electro Drift, is this good? Move's power is boosted more than usual if it's a super effective hit. Okay, so this guy's just an electric, like, really strong electric type. Between that and Hadron Engine. So, definitely keeping that. Power Gem. User attacks with a ray of light that sparkles as if it were made of gemstones. Also realization, does this make Miraidon the first Pokemon that you cannot put into a box? Which in turn means you can never transfer it into other games such as future games? Wait a second. I have to do some science here. Move. You can't put Miraidon in a box. It won't fit. The Miraidon won't fit. Huh. I didn't notice. You cannot put him into a box. Can you get other Miraidons? Oh, I just noticed he's just straight up number 400 too, which means... What? The, Scarlet Legendary is probably $3.99? So these are probably the last Pokemon in the Pokedex right now. You can never transfer it into other games such as future games. I mean, technically, you can't really move the Hisui Pokemon. That's technically a mainline game, and you can't move them into this game anyhow. As far as I know. I don't know, I'm assuming you're going to be able to get it in other games. They're not going to just have a legendary be available in one game only and then you never see them again. Surely they wouldn't do that. Right on. Oh, I was going to check the Pokedex. Why did I go here? So I guess they never need to give you, like, 2 different versions of the cover of this, because you're never going to just see it. You're always going to, like, catch it the first time it's available. Where's your habitat? Unknown. Thought so. 529 pounds of electric dragon. Yeah. Seems to be the Iron Serpent mentioned in an old book. The Iron Serpent is said to have turned the land to ash with its lightning. Ash Ketchum. Ultimate mode. When have they used the phrase ultimate mode before? Paradox Pokemon. Okay. I just want to see if there's any space between the Shrine Pokemon and Miraidon here. Oh! Okay, so there's a few... I'm assuming 399 has to be Koraidon, which means there's actually 2 Pokemon between the Shrine Pokemon and the box legendaries. One of them seems to be Robot, Gardevoir, Gallade, whatever they are. But then there's another one, which I'm assuming is also a robot. These are... Wait, you're not actually a robot. Icefin Pokemon. Okay, so this is like a 3-part dragon pseudo-legendary. And then Gimmighoul. I guess they must have all. Or there's some third thing here. Yeah, this one. This is the one I'm most curious about here, 397. Oh right, I need to find an item for him. I feel like a magnet would be pretty good, but at the same time, I need to switch out Endure. I'm never gonna use Endure. So what does he learn? Metal Sound. Sharply lowers special defense. Parabolic Charge. Attacks everything around it. User's HP is restored by half the damage taken by those hit. He can zap everybody and heal from it. Thundershock. Sandwich Robot channeling his inner Pikachu. Dragon Pulse. Could make sense with the dragon typing. Actually, does he have a normal dragon type move? I guess Terra Blast would become dragon type. So we don't actually need dragon coverage because that gives us dragon coverage. Wait, that's all he learns? He doesn't even get like a steel type move. Agility. Dragon Pulse. They didn't give us too many options here. I'm definitely swapping out Endure, though. Dragon Breath is 60, may leave the... I guess I don't want to have to Terrestrialize to get Dragon coverage, so I should probably give him a Dragon move. So this is 60 with a chance of paralysis. This is 85, but no chance of paralysis. Discharge, 80, with a chance of paralysis. I guess I should give him Dragon Pulse. Yeah, no, I think I just straight up want the 25 extra power. Let's be honest, anytime that would have been useful, I'm never going to have remembered to use it. So now I don't have to Terrestrialize to get Dragon coverage. If I use Miraidon in battle. So now he just needs an item. I can think of nothing better than to borrow Jolteon's magnet. Unless there's something else that I can use. Booster energy? Like monster energy? Item to be held by Pokemon with certain abilities. The energy that fills the capsule boosts the strength of the Pokemon. So this is a hold item with certain abilities. I wish they'd be more specific than saying certain abilities. Maybe Hadron Engine? Maybe this is something they're meant to have? This feels like this is a hold item that's meant for Miraidon. But does it get consumed? I don't know if it gets consumed or not. For robot Pokemon? And it's not like one of the ones that gets consumed? Yeah, first things first. Zip Zap's gotta get his magnet back. I mean, it's not in the berry department, but I know there's some items here that do get consumed, despite not being items. But I guess it would tell us, right? I can't imagine it would get consumed and not tell us. Okay. His power has been restored. I'm gonna look it up. I don't want to waste it. If it's some sort of crazy, amazing item, but it's like one use only, I would hate to just like, you know, waste it. So, real quick. Okay, it's booster energy. I'm gonna just check really quick because that's the smart thing to do, and then we can all learn together. Pokemon Violet booster energy. Isn't that like what they call like the stuff from the card games? How to get booster energy was for Paradox Pokemon, new held item, activates the Quark Drive and photosynthesis abilities. Used by all Paradox Pokemon except Koraidon and Miraidon. So it's useless for normal Pokemon and only useful for Pokemon with Quark Drive or photosynthesis. So it's actually not meant for Koraidon and Miraidon specifically. It's just the other Pokemon besides Koraidon and Miraidon. Okay. So this is not for them. Good to know. But it doesn't look like it gets consumed. So with that in mind, what do I give him? Give him the Soothe Bell? Make him friendly? Quick Claw? Lucky Egg, give him some extra experience. Charcoal, Muscle Band. Everstone? Yeah. Gotta make sure Miraidon doesn't evolve. I'd hate for him to do that. Yeah. Leftovers makes a lot of sense. Actually, yeah, we don't have any Pokemon with leftovers. I feel like maybe they're a better recipient of the leftovers than... Or the, not the leftovers, the... Whatchamacallit. The Shell Bell than Sylveon. I don't know. Sylveon's... Yeah, I like to set up with Sylveon, so I should probably give Sylveon the leftovers. And then give him the Shell Bell, because he's just going to be doing massive damage every turn. So, he would get more use out of that, probably. Give to a Pokemon. Swap it for the Shell Bell. Or the Light Clay. When the holder uses Light Screen or Reflect, it will last longer than usual. He doesn't have... he has neither of those. Yes. Just gonna cover the electric dragon with clay. I'm sure he loves that. But I don't like ground type stuff. It's too bad. It'll help you face your fears. You'll become stronger in the long run. Okay. Sylveon got the leftovers. That's insane that Sylveon's HP is only 5 off of Miraidon's. And they're a level like smaller than them. They're like 1 level less. Sylveon's just insane like that. Okay. We've got a full team. They've got their item. I think it's time we rematch the Bug Lady. Just gonna save just in case the game decides to have a few of the other kind of bugs. Oh, it just triggers the sequence instantly. I didn't even have to push a button. My name is Katie, and I am the owner of Patisserie Soapberry. Oh. Why would you name it Soap? Soap berry. Now I'm gonna think that all of the pastries are full of soap. They're full of soap and bugs. New champion everybody is talking about? Is it actually you? It sure is. I've returned. Guessed correctly, I suppose that makes sense though. You sure were strong. You look like you were enjoying yourself and you tried my sweet treats too. Did I? Oh yeah, I guess in the picture. You're on an errand for the top champion, are you? I'm the top champion. Completely forgotten that she was supposed to be going around for inspections. Yeah, the food inspector, you're gonna get shut down. They're gonna see all your bug types inside the restaurant and they're just gonna be like, nope. And then just lock the doors. Happened to be here today to give cakes to my staff. Time for me to get a taste of our new champion's strength. Yes, it is. What fun. Let's go somewhere more suited for battling. To the arena. Oh yeah, I forgot her arena was a treehouse. I remember your olive rolling prowess very well. I too remember the bizarre olive. It's almost as if you had terrestrialized into a fighting type yourself. More evidence people are Pokemon confirmed. How many gyms had you been to when you first came here to mine? Was it your first? Yes. Gortondo Gym is close to the academy, so many young trainers just starting out like to come here first. That in mind, asked me to go soft on trainers, like a nice sponge cake. Send for my sweet little bugs though, since it means they quite often lose their battles. She can play show her true skill. Lead you into submission. Okay. Calm down. Don't expect me to be sweet today, and don't cry when you taste bitter defeat. Okay, it's all gonna depend on what our levels are. Add-on engine comes out. 65. This is not a good day for you. Lasered into another dimension. Turns out our bike is also a bug zapper. Let us send out Heracross. A formidable opponent to be sure. Yeah, none of these are super effective, so I'm gonna go for the Electro Drift here. I probably am gonna see. I mean, it's the bug gym leader. Do we expect anything else? It's literally the weakest defensive type in the game. Landed a critical hit, wishing to be praised. Okay. You are the best sandwich robot. I'm right on. Forretress. Keep current Pokemon. Yeah, we're gonna sweep. Roasted her, and that's like. Oh, the game doesn't think I've fought this before. So it's not telling me what's super effective and what isn't. Yeah, Forretress is a really confusing one because they look like they should be like part water, but I don't think they are. I think I want to use Power Gem here. Pretty sure. Oh, he survives. Curse. At least it's not a bug type, or a ghost type using Curse. Just guaranteeing that we attack first next turn. That's very nice of them. So what does Terrablast look like if you're not terrestrialized? Oh. Like some sort of robot Godzilla bike. I hear a lot of people say that this is like one of the worst Pokemon, like stats-wise, from the new generation. Spidops. Just like all of his abilities are like lasers. Electricity disappeared from the battlefield. She still doesn't have a full team, I just noticed. That's it, I knew you could do it. Skitter Smack. Dodged. Yeah, she still doesn't have a full 6 Pokemon. What's up with that? Hit him with the Dragon Beam. He's not even the toughest member of our team. Ursaring. They're gonna Terrestrialize into Bug type, which means keep current. I can't even get one hit in for her. Yeah, she tries, but then, of course, Miraidon just does some wheelies around her. It says effective, but it's about to be super effective. Because she's gonna make the mistake of Terrestrializing. She's actively going through a whole sequence with its own animation to make her Pokemon weaker. That hat is nothing more than a target on that bear's head. You get one turn, bear. High horsepower. Oh, that was a good turn. She actually got a hit in. Yay. If our goal was to make sure that the gym leaders are still challenging, I don't think she passes inspection. Oh yeah, and of course we heal from that too. Because Shell Bell. Grass Cat leveled up. That's nice. So you've emerged from your chrysalis and became a beautiful new you. That's some weird imagery you've just given me. On the outside, good job. On the inside, I hate you. Yeah. You could say her plan for victory was a little half-baked. There's a few bugs in the system still. Fight the battle. I must say that your skill rivals that of even Leper. Rivals? No, I wouldn't say that. If there was two of La Primera, like, doing a double battle with me, I'd probably still win. How sweet is it to battle without holding back, even if I end up losing? Beginning to think that... How about you get a 6 Pokemon? How about that? Beginning to think that going too soft on people may be no good for either party. Culinary teacher, Mr. Kofu. That's a familiar name that I don't remember where that's from. Did tell me to put more of myself into my baking after all. May try conducting battles in more of my own style from now on. trainers complain that the Cortando gym is suddenly more difficult, I'll just tell them that not all pastries are sweet. Goodbye for now, I hope to see you again someday. That smug look of satisfaction after defeating her again. It's about time Sandwich Robot started pulling his own weight. Congratulations, you're now certified by the gym. No, you don't understand. We're here to certify the gym. And you failed. Try again next time. Okay, so who's the next gym we're going to go absolutely destroy? Oh no, that means we gotta fight Iono again at some point. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm assuming we should probably beat them in roughly the same order as we beat them the first time. Now that you have a Hall of Fame badge, I've unlocked the judge function for you. Excuse me, what? You can press the plus button twice to navigate to and check the individual strengths inherent to your Pokemon. One second. Boxes, was it? Judge? Oh! That's a pretty darn good Sylveon right there. Very good, best, fantastic. Decent, pretty good, fantastic. HP no good on the Arcanine. Pretty good, that's a lot of decents. No good special attack. Yeah, it's kind of like I suspected. Pokemon that you catch in the wild that have like the fancy Terra types probably have better IVs. This pretty much confirms it. Zap with a decent HP. Do I have like a Pokemon that I just caught like randomly I can compare? It seems like there's a lot more Pokemon that I've caught that actually have like good IVs. Not the Sliggoo apparently. Huh. Well, I'm glad that we have this now. Should help with deciding which Pokemon we actually want to train. It will obviously be immensely valuable once we start breeding Pokemon. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go get some water really quick. I'll be back in like a minute or two, and then we'll decide which gym we're gonna be destroying next. 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Okay, time to destroy another gym. But who? Who shall it be? I actually completely forgot that there was a psychic type gym. Okay. Good water guy. We could. I'm sure Miraidon would zap the heck out of. We got Larry. We got the ghost guy that was absolutely destroyed. Ice type that was more challenging than they usually are, but I still didn't have too much of a problem with. We've got her. And then we have the guy who touches grass. Let's see. I feel like this would be a good chance that if I had some like alternative Pokemon that, you know, maybe I haven't given as much attention as I would have liked to have before, I could probably bring them into the mix now. They're probably going to be roughly around the same level if they're if the gym leader was 65. It's just like they're probably pretty much going to be similar level, I'd imagine. So I need to make sure that whatever Pokemon I bring can deal with that. So, do I want the Chin-Pao here? The special attack being no good on them is really bad. Psychic. Delibird bot. Decisions. Yeah, the Mimikyu is going to make the Ghost-type gym just a cakewalk. As well as the fact that Meowscarada's got dark moves as well. I guess I should go get Grass Boy taken care of. So I guess I'll move Chin-Pao back onto our team here. I don't want Miraidon running over all of the gyms by himself. That would be kind of boring if I just kept spamming the same Pokemon over and over. So I'm gonna go over here. Yeah. I feel like there's a pun to be made here. But can't think of it. Okay, if I'm gonna fight Grass Guy. Wait a second. Is this supposed to be like a gas station for Cyclizars? Or it's just where you rent them from? If only I could read. Wait. Artisan. That's not the right number of letters. Okay. There isn't a direct one-to-one with real language, so I can't make sense of the sign that way. Thanks for that. Looks like I arrived early. For a place for renting Cyclizars, there don't seem to be any available at the moment. Oh, I wanted to check to see how I'm doing on my TM collection too, really quick. Let's see here. Are these... Sort by number. Wait. I thought I had Hyper Beam, or whatever it was. I thought that was TM1. They must have changed the order of the TMs in this game. Yeah. Must have. So I don't have TM1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't have 6 or 7. Okay, so there's quite a lot I still have missing. I bet TM1, you probably have to do some special story stuff to get that one. That generally seems to be the case. Is this another place that has a Chancy Mart? No. Just ingredients. Okay. So I could probably sweep this entire fight with Arcanine, if I wanted to. Could sweep with Arcanine. Probably want to switch his moves out. Chien Pao is going to be really good here. The ice typing and the speed. Just icicle crash everyone. They won't be able to do anything. Yeah, it's Arcanine and Chien Pao that are going to carry us here, most likely. Which means I probably actually want to swap Arcanine's moves. Because the only fire move they have is a recoil move. Which is going to be a problem if we need to go up against a lot of grass types. So we probably want to swap Flare Blitz out for something a little less harmful to ourselves. That does 120. Maybe Flamethrower? I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for being an amazing streamer again. Call it a night later. Yeah, again, really glad to have you here. Glad you enjoyed it, and appreciate you saying that. Yep. Yeah, and as usual, if you're curious about anything that happens when you're not here, I do keep archives of all my streams on YouTube. There is a link below my stream. So, if you want, you can check that out too. I'm gonna give him Flamethrower. No, wait, Fire Fang? Yeah, Flamethrower. The damage is just better. We've got Crunch. Okay, so now we've got the flames without hurting ourselves. I'm going to give him the charcoal as well. Charcoal, charcoal, charcoal. Why does he even give us the option of using hold items? That's never going to work. Like, shouldn't it just say give to a Pokemon and just not have the use this item option? Doesn't make any sense. Is there ever a case where you can actually use, well, I guess berries. You could just use berries. What are you? Churro stand by the pool? And they're round? I guess those are the bags. Alright. Time to cut some grass. That guy's got the right idea. My poor Quaxley. Why would you bring a Quaxley up against a grass type? Swap a legendary Pokemon for the legendary Pokemon. He immediately uses his catchphrase. What is that belt? Like, wouldn't the slack there make it not work at all? You are the artist. It's of the champion, actually. That is of no consequence. Each time I recall our artistic battle, I find myself wishing to face you once again. So very glad that you're here. Praise Mother Nature. Planned to meet with the top champion today, but I've just now canceled that plan. Because he's here. Shall we instead talk of art together? Sure. Came in the top champion's stead? Cannot be bothered by that. I don't care what the reason is. If we can make a masterpiece together once more, then fine. These camera angles. We need to open wide a door to the world of art. Let us head to my studio. I'm like worried that I'm just gonna like sweep every single one of these guys. Sight Artisan's Windmill. Catches the winds that blow across Palais and slowly yet powerfully spins ever on. Looking down from the windmill to appear before those who have challenged my gem lends an added depth to our battles. Wait, you weren't up there this time though. You don't understand my reasoning. I believe I can spare my legs today, as we are sure to create... Yeah, his legs are still broken from last time he jumped down there. For dramatic effect. I digress. We are both artists, are we not? We have no further use for words now. And our collaborative work of art begin. Alright, Brassius, bring it on. I'm just gonna flamethrower his entire team. Ah, yes. Arcanine's art medium of choice. Wood burning. Keep current Pokemon. What level are they? 65. Okay, it looks like both the Bug-type Gym Leader and the Grass-type Gym Leader are 65. So I don't know if all of them are going to be 65 and we're just going to sweep everyone, or maybe some of the other Gym Leaders get higher level. Again, I can't help but notice there's a bit of an empty spot on Brassius' team, despite us being in the post-game. Crunch. Breloom. I'm glad they came back. I like Breloom. I don't know what the process is at Game Freak for like, okay, who stays and who goes. I'm glad they made it through though. I'm sure that one isn't happy he made it in here though. Arboliva. What? Smoliv evolution? Ah. I have to assume so. To roast the olives. They survived. Seed Sower? What? Grass Train? Arcanine had its HP restored? Okay, thanks. Complimentary olives. When you fight them. Arcanine hit 64! Sudowoodo. Keep current Pokemon. This work's concept is the deep-rooting nature of, okay, I didn't get a chance to read all that. Almost made it a whole fight without, without tearing up the arena. Oh, right! I should have flamethrowers. I forgot. I don't know how I keep forgetting that they're gonna terrestrialize at the end, like 100%. It'd be more interesting if they just terrestrialized randomly at some point during the fight, instead of always it being at the end. Because it's just like... I feel like the best thing about terrestrializing is the unpredictable nature of, ooh, when are they going to magically change types to something completely different? And then you have to deal with that. But if they always do it at the end, then it's just like, you already know what they're going to do. So, yeah, they probably should have just had them randomly terrestrialize a Pokemon. I feel like that would be more interesting, design-wise. Whoa, what the... Where'd the sun go? Did you guys see that? That's terrifying to me because the sun doesn't move, the world moves. So it's just like the world just suddenly picked up the pace and just went in hyperspeed for a second. Shouldn't we all be flung off into space now if we saw that? What? Sun shooting across the sky in the background. Seeing in the midst of battle, you are like unique gradient, subtly changing hues. Brightest and yet gentle. Such contrast. I like the words to express it. My hat goes off to you. You're not wearing a hat. Unless that's a wig. Is a wig a hat? My entire view of the world has changed now. Battles with you truly are a gift each time. I'm made to remember how I felt so long ago when I first ventured into this world of art. Almost forgot, you were here for the gym inspection. Yes. It is of no consequence. Report on my gem here as you see fit. Inspiration is overflowing as if drawn from a bottomless well. Begin on a new piece at once. You must excuse me farewell. That makes a convenient excuse for him to just leave. Oh, Art calls. So he runs off. You're now certified, guys. That's 2 of them down. But I crave more. I don't remember if they actually healed us or not, so I'm just gonna do it anyway because we're here. So who shall our next victim be? I'm really curious if they're all like 65, so I think I might just go for the Ghost Gem, because I know that the Ghost Gem's easy. So, with a team like this... Dark type... do you have stuff for Ghost? Yeah, you got Shadow Ball. You're not particularly useful, so I'll probably have you last. Ghost type, and I need to switch your stuff around again. At the very least, I'm going to change their hold item back to the soft sand. I think I'll keep Flamethrower though, just because I like having fire coverage that doesn't hurt us, even if it isn't as high a damage. I feel like recoil moves are best used online. Then it becomes actually more worth the trade-off. You lose a little bit of HP, but they lose a lot more HP. And then, do you have anything for dealing with the... Actually, yeah, you've got a dark type move as well. So most of our team will absolutely just destroy a ghost type team. But mostly Mimikyu. Am I gonna just like beat all of them this stream? I bet I could. I'm gonna go for the ghost guy next. Specifically because I want to see if the areas up north are still like level 65. Because that'll, if he is, then they probably all are. Up, up, and away. Can I go down the chimney? Am I gonna be Santa Claus? Oh no! We're like clipping into the house through the chimney. Is that how Santa Claus does it? The game does not know how to deal with the terrain here. Oh. Or I could just do this. I know, I'm just like imagining our character going into the chimney like Mario going down a pipe. Sure, that makes sense. I feel like there's gonna be something secret around here we couldn't get before because of lack of jumping capability. What did you say? Gym leader's here. Gym leader at the gym? Curious. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna lead Mimikyu. Actually, I kind of want to lead Grass Cat just because I feel like... Wait, do they need more experience? 66. 64. Yeah, I'll just sweep a Mimikyu. Here for the rap battle. Yeah, something like that. This track. Instead of her, I get you. She's on a rookie champion. Wait, what? Hello? I had to beat her in order to be the champion. Also, she really went to... Okay. Nah, forget being a Pokemon trainer in the Pokemon universe. Be a hairstylist. Because... it looks like the people here are keeping them busy. Just thinking, I'd like to see you again anyway. Guess this is how fate has it. We're doing this, let's do it. Want to show me how strong all those adventures made you? Yes. Got the camera guy, tilted the camera the right way there. I saw that Dreepy in the background there when we were in the gym. I'm just like, I would like to use a Dragapult to my team, but I just want to use the Pokemon we have. Like, I'd rather have Mimikyu. Feels like just yesterday you were here for your gym test. Now you're all championed up and out doing errands for the Premier herself. You get to be my age, time starts passing you by fast. Oh no. That's kind of a weird segue. What is that microphone? Does that really make the sound quality better? Looking like a Bi-Sharp. sentimental style is not worth my... Skipping and flipping and dipping, skipping and flipping and dipping. I don't remember if she drops the microphone or not. Oh yeah, double battles. Oh. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do this more often in the Pokemon, like, regular story game mode. Double battles are just objectively better. But for some reason they never do them? Except for, like, maybe once? It weirds me out, because, like, it just objectively has more options. Okay. Mimikyu versus Mimikyu. How am I gonna deal with you? I could get a burn on the Mimikyu. Whatever I hit that Mimikyu with is going to be a waste. So... maybe take out the Bayonet. Actually, are these both Ghost type? Yeah, you're pure Ghost. So I can Shadow Claw the Bayonet, probably one-shot them. And then... may also leave a burn with a target, so I'll do that on the Mimikyu and hope for the burn. Otherwise, it's gonna be just activating the disguise ability. Well, that was a crit. Nice. Whoosh. Disguise was busted. Slashed us with what? Okay, they got the Houndstone out. Also pure Ghost. Meanwhile, we will crunch the Mimikyu. Oh, I didn't even check to see what level they are. I'd be like almost done with them before I even remember to check what level they are. Spiritomb. Where'd you find that? Oh, 65. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. They're probably all of the gym leaders in this game. Then the rematches are probably all 65s with 5 Pokemon. In which case, I'm probably just gonna sweep everything. Well, this just became super effective, so I'll use that on you. And then... Crunch lowers defense, melee burn, 40... yeah, flamethrower the Mimikyu. Charbroiled. That noise, though. Rematches. Rematches everywhere. Guess it's just a single battle now. Ghost Toxtricity. Yeah, Shadow Claw. We'll go in with the Crunch because I'm assuming they're Terrestrializing, and they'll probably get them Terrestrialized just in time for them to get shot. To get one shot. Kinda makes this funny. Just have like this whole like superhero gearing up sequence just to get immediately chucked into space. They didn't even... Barely got any of the song out. Chin-Pao wants to learn Recover. I didn't know they learned Recover. They probably need Recover, honestly. Regenerates its cells, restoring its own HP by up to half. That sounds really good, actually. Swords Dance is good. Ask... Yes, I'm gonna ask Chin-Pao for advice. Or, advice. Let me guess, Swords Dance? Yeah. Forget Swords Dance and learn Recover. I think that's a good idea, Chin-Pao. That way they think it's their idea. They're a ghost of their former self. Wasn't expecting you to rattle me that much. Caught me off guard just like Shadow Sneak. Yeah, must not have remembered what happened last time then. And any Vexen trainers or Hex inspectors, you give me a call. Who you gonna call? Rhyme, apparently. I'm actually gonna sweep every single gym leader, aren't I? Okay, so it's ghost person down. Maybe I could make this like a boss rush. Do they actually heal us between these? No. But whenever we fast travel, we're gonna go to a Pokemon Center anyway. Maybe I'll save Larry for last. Okay, no reason not to go straight for the Psychic then. All the dark type moves we've got at our disposal here. Psychic's tough in Gen 1, but it ain't Gen 1 anymore. I think every single member of our team has something super effective against them. Except for Lucario. Okay, where's this gym at? There you are. The items. What is this? Water type? Tempting. I'm gonna go for the gym instead. Okay, this is definitely not gonna be a double battle. I'm gonna put Meowscarada out in the front, I think. Yeah, with the Night Slash. Just because we haven't used them in a while, and they've got something they can use here. Did I heal? Yes. Oh yeah. The one with the weird butterfly wing outfit. Even more refined since the last time we met. You're too kind. Not exactly her biggest fan. The witching aura of hers overlaps too much with my own style. Maybe that's that she sent someone else for the job. I'm gonna beat all of them this stream, aren't I? Diamond in the rough that I helped polish is now sparkling as bright as the... You take too much credit. True emotional spectrum practice. Isn't that fairy type though? Or a giraffe. Enrolling in the most difficult hands-on course. Oh yeah, we got U-turn as well. Forgot Bug was super effective against Psychic. Giraffe just head bonked me. I cannot believe it. Gallade about to come out. We got 3 level ups at once? Nice. Yep, she's got 5 Pokemon, and they're all 65 as well. Close combat. Ooh, that's not good. I like that they're offering a little bit of resistance though now. If anyone was going to do that, I would expect the Psychic to be the one. Right. Oh, wait, this is probably the worst choice I could have made. Because their only Dark type move reduces their HP by half. Icicle Crash should be enough though. Gardevoir? They got a Gallade and a Gardevoir? Bring out the Mimikyu. I feel like they should have made their levels a bit higher. If this is post-game content, I mean, think about post-game in like Gold, Silver, and Crystal. They put you up against Red. He's got level 80s and a full team. Alright, we still have the Disguise, so that gives me a chance to bring back Meowscarada so they get some XP here. 50 revives, so not a big deal. Activating my trap card. There's like one frame where Mimikyu was still standing up there for a second. Kinda funny. And we one-shot him. Wait. When do they Terrestrialize? Oh wait, yeah, they still have another Pokemon. Switch to... Actually, don't switch. Because they're gonna Terrestrialize. And Shadow Claw. I'm really wondering about, like, the design choice here. Like, it seems like most of the time, like, if you've reached the post-game, you obviously know they're going to Terrestrialize their last Pokemon into whatever type they normally are. So, effectively, because you can read that 100% of the time, If you factor that in, they're literally just going to be making their Pokemon weaker at the end. So you're just going to use something that's super effective against whatever the gym leader's type is. Which is like a free double damage attack against whatever the last Pokemon is. Often fade away quickly, never to be heard of again. All kinds of setbacks, they fall into corruption in their desperation and even end up with, what are you talking about? Better for those people if they never even had the slightest bit of talent to begin with. This can be a promise between us, I hope you won't break it. She mad. I'm gonna go back to the chairwoman. I'm gonna be like, yeah, these gym leaders, we're failing all of them. None of them passed the test. Okay, who else needs to be destroyed or rematched? Should I go ahead and get Iona out of the way? I don't know about that. I kind of want to bring Jolteon back. Who would I swap? Electric type. Do I have anything that's even weak to electric type? I don't think so. It's kind of the dream team right here. I probably could just lead the Arcanine and have him use Dig a whole bunch. I want to bring Jolteon though. If they're high enough level. I forget when I switched them out. They're only level 57, but they're immune to all the electric attacks. But they don't have that good of attacks against them though. Like, just because you have a good defense doesn't mean you have a good offense. I guess I gotta leave them out. Clearly this is a fight for Arcanine. Or potentially Miraidon. Yeah, maybe this is a Miraidon type fight as well. Yeah, swap Chin-Pao out for the Miraidon. And we'll lead him. Oh man. Maybe that'll help her stream out having a legendary in full form. Destroy her in like one shot. Everyone got a Luxray in town here. Well, here we go. Let's get this over with. I wonder what she says whenever you rematch her. Someone else out here with a Jolteon. He fell asleep, must have been tired. Yep. He's sleeping very soundly. Ah. She's just standing there menacingly. Blink. Blink, darn it. She's She's just staring off into the abyss. It's so weird. She knows. She knows what's about to happen. We're not Primera though. It took her that long to realize. I think she might be short-circuiting a little bit. Just became a champion? You're already out helping with Primera? Weren't you just doing your gym test like yesterday? Right, now's the perfect time for us to collab. You could say that. I can see it now. Picking up what you're putting down, friendo. Nobody calls me friendo. Time we got down to it, what do you say? Off to Battleland. So I wonder what she's changed then. Because she only had 4 Pokemon before. So there's got to be a new Pokemon here that we haven't seen yet. If they're all 5 and 65. Of course we weren't going to go right into the battle. You've gone viral among the gym leaders, friendo. I said don't call me that. This is shocking. Yep. Just framing what's important in the picture here, I see. Walking away. How is she holding that without it just rolling off of her sleeve? That's the most impressive thing she's shown me so far. Kilowattrel. Are they electric type birds? Mini Zapdoses? Okay. I like Power Gym. He doesn't. I'm pretty sure that's 4 times super effective. Landed a critical hit. Luxray. She didn't bring out the Deluxe Ray though. I heard a rumor recently, actually, come to talk about stuff from Pokemon Legends Arceus. A friend of mine told me apparently there's some stuff about potentially Hisui Pokemon coming to Paldea in a soon update. I don't know how true it is. Apparently that's a thing that might be on the way. I strongly suspected it. Probably in the new year, if I had to guess. Seems a bit soon. I bet they're gonna expect that most people are gonna get the game for Christmas. Or at least there's going to be a lot of people who get it for Christmas, so they're going to give them like a week or two to beat the game. Then they'll probably roll out the updates. The big updates. If I had to guess. Purely speculation. We're actually healing more from the Shell Bell than they can even do in damage. Just like lasering her entire team with the Rock Rays. Not even using our team. We're using our bike to run circles around her. Oh, this thing again. Maybe we'll actually be able to see what it does this time, since I one-shot it the first time we fought her. Oh! It's still in the green! What did that do? Used Reflect. Strong against physical moves. This probably isn't a physical move. So it's charging with power. So I guess it gets stronger the more time goes on. I just recharged my electric bicycle. That was nice of you. Before I send you to the Shadow Realm. Scuffed green Palpitoad. I'm actually kind of glad we got to rematch them because now I actually could at least see what their gimmick would have been. This Magius. That's new. I think. Probably. This is probably the Arcanine time. She mad? I don't know how many people are watching her stream, but definitely not putting on the best show for her audience. It looks so funny. It's like the light bulb, but it still has like the brim of the normal hat. So she's like wearing like a hat on top of a hat. And destroys your arena. Levitate. Okay. I should have thought about that. Okay, fair enough. Special defense fell. How's your special defense? Pretty good. Okay, putting up a little bit more resistance here at the end. That's actually kind of interesting because that means that the only super effective move I have, I can't actually connect with. That's kind of cool. Okay, well I guess I'll bring out the Mimikyu then. Give us a free switch in because the disguise is still up. Went out if you wait to electric stuff. She's really hoping. She's gonna turn it around. Nope. Looks like Iono's all out of juice. Grounded. I like how the Magnemites are like the birds going around her head. She got confusion. Not super happy about losing, you know, but... Don't go appearing on any other channels, though. Sure, I totally won't do that. Fingers crossed behind my back. She gonna get taken off the air. Gonna talk to La Primera. Is she gonna pull the plug on this whole event? Wow, we're certified by the Levincia Gym. Okay. How many more do we have to go before we've destroyed all of them? That's Iono down. The bug person down, the psychic person down, ghost type person down. So it's water guy, Larry, ice person, and... wasn't there another one? Oh, I already beat grass guy too. So there's just 3 gym leaders left. We're gonna get them all in one day. We're actually going to beat every single gym leader rematch in the same stream. Oh, I wasn't sure if we would be able to do that at first, but I'm just like... That's the thing to do, isn't it? Not like they're putting up much of a fight. You're up so late, champion. You're here to let your wary Pokemon rest. Yeah, for all of about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5. And now they get back to destroying every gem. Is this gonna be another Miraidon? Doing wheelies around them. I believe so. Whoa, what was that? I saw a flash of light. I don't know where that came from. Meryl, perhaps? You're gonna see a little bit of everything today. Little sample pack of all the gyms. I hope there's more to the post-game than just rematches. Okay, there's Water Guy once again. Wait, Miraidon. Oh, we should use Grass Cat here. Of course. I'll keep Miraidon in the battle position, but I think I want to leave Grass Cat here because they just haven't had much of a chance to shine, and I feel like if there's ever a time for a Grass Cat to shine, it's when dealing with Water Guy. One of those fish Pokemon that completely changes shape and name as it evolves. What? So every water Pokemon? Used to facing harsh reviewers? Well, that's good to hear. He's got 6 pockets, but he's got nothing in him. Read about this old man. Let's see if he's still fit to be called gym leader. Bring it on. Oh man. Yep. For that choice seaweed. Oh yeah, that's right. The hardest challenge he's ever given us was finding him. Oh, this guy's Kofu. That's why that was sounding familiar. I don't know if I don't know why I was thinking. Is that something from another game or something? No, it's the chef water guy that I saw for like all of 2 seconds before. I still don't know what Mold Breaker does. Grass Cat. That expression. They don't exactly know where they're at. Make the fish disappear. Kind of a one-trick pony there, Grass Cat. Or one-trick cat. Flying is super effective against grass, so I do need to be a little bit concerned, probably. Maybe just a touch. Hurricane. Uh-oh. Yeah. Probably should have switched there. That's good though. Maybe Water Guy gets a pass. The others don't. I just gotta make sure I bring back Grass Cat before we win. Where is he keeping the stones at? He just like summons them out of nowhere? He's from the future, he doesn't have to explain anything. Wowitzer. This must be the Pokemon that he didn't use before. Does more damage if it's a super effective hit. It's just like guaranteed overkill. Is that the... He doing a screw attack. Spinning like Sonic. What trio? Like, I have to question the design choice here to make him only level 65. Like, they know that you're gonna have the legendary, like, fully in battle mode. They're still not gonna give him 6 Pokemon. Wait a second. Wait, did I forget to... I forgot to revive Grass Cat. Maybe he'll survive this? Probably not. I'm actually hoping he managed to survive. So I can revive the Grass Cat that I forgot to do. Because I literally, like, didn't even remember that we were on the last Pokemon here. He's just like, hi, bye. If Miraidon could play Smash, he would probably main Sonic. What a catch indeed. Wildest Currents, both water and electric. See how many water puns they can pour in there. This feels so weird, just like doing like a gym leader boss rush here. So it's just 2 gym leaders left then. Of course we gotta save Larry for last. You always save the best for last. So I guess that means Ice Skater person is next. They really should have made their levels like get higher like the further you go into this. Do I want to keep the... I guess we'll swap Miraidon out for Jinpao for Larry, because they have access to a pretty good fighting type move. I don't think we'll need to do that here though. Lucario is pretty top tier choice here. We got the Arcanine. We got the Miraidon. Not a chance in the world we lose this. How many trainers have I fought here? Do you have prizes for me? Oh, you need 10. Okay. Who am I leading? Lucario? Yeah, Lucario hasn't had that much of a chance to shine, and this is a great opportunity for them. Grusha. Grusha? Here to hit the slopes? I don't recall the snow being too good today. You can say that again. We got something important to deal with in a bit. I see you're here to cover for Gita. Your dream came true. You're champion rank now. You must be so happy. This was our last gym leader that we fought in the... out of all the gym leaders. I think it's amazing, just it's complicated for me, that's all. Came here to test my skills, right? Let's just get this over with. Yes. Thank you. This should be the hardest one. Unless Larry's got some tricks up his sleeve. I guess it makes sense that Larry would be the toughest one because he's also like Elite 4. So he has the most Pokemon he could choose from. But I'm assuming it's going to be like a remix of his gym leader team and not his Elite 4 team. I'll give up on being a pro snowboarder. If she takes away the talents I would have to show, then what'll be left? What you do is make sure the power of my Pokemon chills you to the bone. Comes out with the Frostmoth. I believe this is a 4-time super effective. Wait, War Sphere isn't? Wait a second. Your Ice Bug though. Isn't that super effective to both of them though? Unless I must be wrong about that. Well, Meteor Mash is super effective. That's weird. I can't get over how this guy looks like he's straight out of Ice Climbers. Shouldn't he be selling someone some Coca-Cola? Earthquake! Lucario, no! Alright, time for the flamethrower dog. I don't know if you guys saw that video of a guy using a flamethrower to clear the ice from his driveway. That's what this is gonna feel like. Oh, Miraidon hit 70. Mirror Coat. That's a very interesting idea. Retaliatory attack that counters any special move inflicting double the damage taken. Very interesting. I guess we should probably swap that for Dragon Pulse. because, I mean, we already technically have Dragon-type coverage if we Terrestrialize the Miraidon, so this gives us another type covered. Yeah, like half the moves in the game are special moves, so we'd get plenty of use out of that. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna swap out the Dragon Pulse. Like that's the correct move to do. So I guess it kind of looks like a... Oh, what's that one fish called? I forget. It's a Titan. Keep current. And flamethrower. Whoa, that's some high defense. Liquidation! I see how this is. I can hit another flamethrower, and as long as I don't crit, I should be fine. Liquidation. Down to 4. We'll outspeed. They outspeed. How did they outspeed? They're a giant snowball. Okay. Well, Miraidon's got this. What are they? Pure Ice type. Somehow. I'm gonna revive the Lucario just because they need some more XP, but maybe I won't revive the Arcanine because they're fine. Actually, no, they probably should both be revived. Wait! You're part Dragon type! Okay, we don't get the choice. Ice disappears from the battlefield. Oh. We got this. They actually are proving to be the toughest one. I'm so proud of them. Weavile. Ah, we got this. Yeah, I forgot they're Dragon type, which is a kind of a problem, actually. They're gonna Terrestrialize. Well, the Weavile's not going to. Should outspeed. Get some heals from this. Ice Punch. That's getting kind of scary. Looks like it might cry. You're gonna make my bike cry, Weavile. Don't do it. Okay. Steel, fighting. Yeah, we gotta bring the Lucario back out. I don't want another Pokemon fainting. I'm so happy that it's the Ice-type gym leader that's the one that's giving me the most trouble. Hit him with a Meteor Mash. Shadow Claw. Okay. Okay. Which one do we do? Which one do we do? I guess I'll throw the Mimikyu out because they get... We got level advantage and they got the disguise ability. There's just like no reason not to use Mimikyu here. This will force them to bring out the Pokemon they're going to Terrestrialize. I should have brought Sylveon. I could have put it to sleep, and then I could have revived the others. I still have time. Yeah, Alteria's part dragon type. Won't let things heat up any further. Time to bring the deep freeze. Interesting with them being a bird, which is typically super affected by ice. Grusha says, "Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow." Hat doesn't make you immune to sleeping. Yeah, Sylveon doesn't care about that too much. Still over 200 HP. Okay, first we should revive the Arcanine, because I think they're the lowest level. So they deserve it more. Sylveon avoided the attack. Also leftovers. Yeah, this is why I gave them leftovers instead of the Shell Bell. Oh, they're asleep with their eyes open still. That's funny. They're flying with their eyes open, but they're definitely asleep, I promise. You can tell because there's little Z's coming out of their mouth. Can be like full health before they even come back. Everyone's up. Everyone's up. That means everyone can get HP or XP, which means it's time to throw the entire moon at Altaria after we smack myself. Of course. I always do that. I always like say that smack myself like I'm the Sylveon. No. So our Sylveon's gonna smack itself. So confused. Special attack fell. They're still asleep. I could have got Calm Mind in there. Yeah, this is a better strategy because the entire time that we would be boosting up with Calm Mind, we can heal at the same time. I probably should have done this sooner. Sylveon snapped out of confusion. About time. Oh, that didn't do much. Surprised. Hurricane again. Dodged it. Dodged again. Yeah, this Sylveon's getting really lucky. Alteria's almost out. They go for the Hurricane. They're asleep with like 1 HP. And we throw the moon at them. Hat successfully removed. And that's Grusha down. Again. And then there was one gym leader left. Isn't he someone there's no way I could beat? No regrets. Get you full force. I lost anyway. Makes me want to become stronger as a gym leader. Try to catch a gold on your way down the mountain. Just like that, we're now left in a situation where there's only Larry left. Theoretically the toughest of all of the gym leaders, because of his Elite Four status. Let's go ahead and grab this iced cat really quick. Put them back on our team. Stick them in the lead. They got quite a few moves they can use against Larry. Here, the coin guy again. Always hiding behind the bench. He could just sit on the bench. Is that implying that someone sat here waiting for something and coin fell out of their pocket? There was actually a living Pokemon? Who's out here with a pocket full of Pokemon? I'm just noticing that 4 of our Pokemon are now at least 200 HP. Lucario just 1 under. Alright. Time for the epic Larry rematch. You won't know what hit him. Man, I hope this isn't the end of the post-game. We got Chien-Pao, we got Lucario. That's probably all we need, really, let's be honest. Where is he? Delibird Warehouse. There you are. Oh, I walked right past him. I guess it's kind of easy to do that. Time for a meeting with the boss, but seems I've got a visitor with no appointment instead. That's because I'm the boss now. Now she's ordering students around. Apparently she's been ordering students around. Whatever floats your boat, I suppose. After you, Larry. I can't believe we're actually, like, beating every single gym leader rematch today. Already faced me during the elite test, so I doubt this will leave much of an impression on you. In any case, let's get started, shall we? You've said it, Larry. Facing you with my role as a gym leader, so I'm going to use my regular team. I thought as much. They'll all belong to the normal type. Normal as in plain, average, unremarkable, run-of-the-mill. Pretty fond of them, you know. They suit me perfectly. I'm about as ordinary as you can get. We figured, Larry. Nah, Larry, you're anything but ordinary. People, Pokemon, there's no need to overcomplicate things. True. Something weird, something bizarre. At the end of the day, though, nothing beats the coming home even after a fun vacation. When all said and done, simplicity is strongest. He has a point, you know. Starting off with the Winkaloni. Boss takes some getting used to, you know. You got your work cut out for you. What is that stance that Jinpao does? Like they kick him with their back legs like a horse. Surprised this didn't one-shot them. It's one tough pig. Braviary. Keep current. Bring it on. They're just regular flying. No, they're normal flying. Icicle Crash will take care of them. Birds don't like the cold. I think it's funny that the literal legendary is now the weakest member of our team, level-wise. To Dunsparce. Yeah, we switch for this. Bring out the Meowscream. I did it again. I keep thinking Dunsparce is ground type, but they're normal. This was a mistake. Still, guaranteed crit never hurt anyone. Hyper Drill, that's not good. Oh, we're fine. Okay, now I'll hit him with a U-turn. Not enough to take him out, but we can switch to something else. Normal. What is good for normal? Lucario, you're up. Gonna throw out some Aura Spheres. Oh, the koala Pokemon? Larry, why? It's asleep already? He's got 2 Pokemon. He has 1 Pokemon. And here comes the Staraptor. She's gonna terrestrialize into a normal type, so I shouldn't switch here, actually. Just plain strong, aren't you? Here's how I put my best results when it's crunch time. I think this is so funny that everyone's just like Nintendo is just like, oh, we're gonna try and make Iono the one that everyone resonates with, that everybody likes. Nah, everyone went for Larry instead. As they should. Hit the Staraptor with the normal Terra type, made us turn into a Pidgey. Thank you for putting the massive target On the Lucario. Well, no! What? On the Staraptor. Weren't supposed to do that. Well, Sylveon will clean this up. I really want the Lucario to get experience here. Oh, might not have the luxury of that though. If they're gonna spam Brave Bird. Oh, they hit themselves with Recoil. He took himself out. He did the worst thing he could possibly do. Denied the Lucario experience. Third serving of defeat, huh? Oh yeah, that's true. Technically this will be the third time we beat him. Larry, I'm sorry. It's just business, you know? Bit too much for an average Joe like me to handle. I think I understand now. I was told to use flying types in my battles, I remember the Elite Four, I mean. Oh, that's the common thing that he had going on. Sooner you'll never even notice if you stick to flat, well-trodden paths. Do me good to admire talent that soars as high as yours from time to time. My boss says I should do so, I'll do so. She won't catch me doing it for fun, though. Strictly told to cut down on my overtime hours, so I'll call it a day. And with that, we have rematched every single gym leader in the game in about 2 hours. Who's this? This is Gita. How's your inspection of the gyms going? I'm done with them all. I was informed by each of the gym leaders that you stopped by to see them. Knew giving this task to you was the right decision? The inspection report from you in person. Join me at the academy in the entrance hall. Are we gonna rematch her? Should rematch all the Elite Four too while we're at it. I take all of you on. I'm the champion for a reason. I could probably do it. Fight every single trainer in the game back to back to back to back, etc. Put Mimikyu in the lead just in case. What is this? Steel type. Okay, I'll check this out, actually. Man, I hope this isn't all there is to the post game. I know I've said it before. Yeah, another thing I've definitely said before, but bears reiterating. I'm definitely going to be playing this game even after I'm done streaming it. This is easily the kind of game that you could just sink so many hours into. Also, this is a steel type Azumarill. Yes, please. What do I have for beating steel types though? Arcanine? No, but you got the water type. I guess we gotta go Lucario here. 4 stars too, so they're not gonna be too easy. Probably want at least one other actual person joining us here. That'll do. Wait, what? How did they get their icon to look like? Oh, because they took a picture of the sign in Lubencia. Clever. I'm just like, how did they get a picture into the game? Ah, because the picture was already in the game. I still need to figure out how to do that. That's kind of a funny hat for them. Just gonna pelt him with aura spheres. Ooh, that's not good. The crit though. They got a shield. I heard a lot of people using Azumarill for fighting a lot of these raid battles. So this is a very interesting Pokemon for me to get from a raid battle. Apparently they're one of the best you can have for challenging raid battles yourself. Big, bulky water type. I wonder if Huge Power is still an ability of theirs in this game. Shouldn't your shield be down now? Yeah, we're definitely gonna get this though. It's like raining inside. And one last Aura Sphere to finish him off. Got him. Okay. They don't seem very happy about that. I can throw the. I'm not. I hope I don't ever accidentally throw that. When catching water or bug type Pokemon, or catching Pokemon in and on the water. This one matches them better, but this one will actually like probably work better. I don't know if the odds of catching a Pokemon are different in raid battles. Maybe the Pokeball choice is just aesthetic. I don't know. Still, water type Pokeball, water type Pokemon. Actually, with the steel typing, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, then we get the. Oh, we got the Citrus Berry too. That's nice. Couldn't go the whole stream without doing at least one raid battle, could we? Aqua Rabbit Pokemon. Yeah, with that fairy typing, having a steel tear type is kind of insane. Send them to the box. I'm glad I took the time to get them. Back to the school. Let's see what the chairwoman has to say about as beating all the gym leaders in a tougher state. Just like that. Where are you at? Oh, they're inside, obviously. And what's behind this door? There you are, Chairwoman. Good day. What do you think of our entrance hall? It's pretty nice, actually. I'd probably remove the ladders from upstairs right near the... where you can fall off easily, though. Unless you want more ghost types in here. Innovated a few years ago, I was the one who came up with the new design. More importantly, I would very much like to hear your report on the gym leaders. This location is perhaps a bit too public. Where could we go? Our room? Okay. And this is my house. Welcome to my office. This is the room that helped nurture your potential as a champion. Of course. I've been here about 3 times, and that's all I needed. let's get to the topic at hand. Which leader did you feel was the easiest to face? Larry was the hardest. Larry and Grusha are the hardest. I feel like Rhyme's the easiest. Either Rhyme or Katie. I mean, it makes sense if it's Katie. She's the bug type one. The easiest to face in battle. I feel like that's what you would expect for the bug type one to be the easiest. But it is kind of shocking that the ghost type one was as easy as it was. So I guess relative to what it should have been. Yeah, both the ghost type and the psychic type were a lot easier than they probably should have been. I'm gonna go with Rhyme here. Of course you'd say Rhyme. Gym leader left the strongest impression on you, Larry. Which gym leader gave you the most trouble during battle? Probably also Larry, which kind of makes me wish that my last question I would have answered Grusha. Most trouble during battle. I'm gonna go with Grusha. They're all pretty easy. Which did you like the most? Is this literally Nintendo collecting data from us about the game? Fill out a questionnaire about how the game is designed. Which one did I like the most? I think it's important to pick Larry here if that's the case, because he kind of breaks the mold of what a gym leader usually is. And I feel like that's the strong point of this game as a whole, is breaking the mold of what Pokemon games typically are. Larry's kind of symbolic of that, because he's like the one that stands out somehow, despite being the normal type. So, in a way, he's kind of symbolic of the game's best strengths. All the questions they have. No doubt it will assist me when running the organization. Please accept this as thanks. King's Rock. Item held by Pokemon causes the target to flinch whenever the holders successfully inflicts damage on them with an attack. Neat. Schedule has cleared up quite significantly. I will most definitely be joining the tournament we discussed in the director's office. Oh yeah, the tournament! That's what this was about. Bring up her schedule for the tournament. Sure, Nimona. I'll be pleased. Thanks for letting me visit. I should get back to work now. You must be tired. I suggest you take it easy for the rest of the day. What an excellent time to be saying that. So I guess it's on to the tournament then, after this. Of course. That will have to wait until the next stream, though. Because wait, time's fast forwarding. 1 week later, thanks to Nimona's pushing and a bit of cooperation from the Pokemon League, they finally arrived for the great Pokemon battle competition to be held. Don't just jump me straight there. I'll be so mad. The day arrives, and then we immediately sleep past the day. Whoops, I guess we missed it. No, but seriously. I'm gonna go ahead and save. And then I'm gonna wrap things up. Because this is the absolute perfect time to do it. I guess we're moving on to the tournament stuff next. So, I guess that's gonna be our big goal for the next part of the post-game. Which, I'm glad that there's more stuff. This game is a game that I want to keep playing, and I'm glad that it has more for me to play, basically. Simple put. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the game as much as I've been enjoying playing it, and I will be back on Wednesday. Same time, same place. And, I guess we're gonna start that tournament stuff. Either way, this is gonna be it for today. Hope you guys catch me again on Wednesday. Appreciate you for watching. Have a good one. Also, I hope you had an amazing Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate, or whatever else you did over the weekend. Yeah. See you in the next one.